that they intend to block all Canadian news and the sharing of all Canadian news the moment royal assent is given to this bill. Google has been more oblique, but the threat that they have demonstrated their capacity to do this is very real. What happens if on July 1st, the platforms have disengaged from the Canadian news market and have ceased to share Canadian content?
Well, that's the way Facebook would like us to look at it, right? Because what we're discussing now is, are we going to back down because of the threats?
No, it's not a question of backing down. If they, I mean, perhaps this is a question that Mr. Ripley can answer too. If Facebook blocks the sharing of links, will you still compel them to go to arbitration?
Well, first they have to explain why. They have to make that decision. It's a business decision, but they make a lot of money here. There's an impact for them to do that, and also a reputational impact. And then at the end of the day, if that's the case, we'll analyze what happens. They have my number. I told them to reach me. I met with them at the beginning. At the beginning, I met with everyone. Facebook, Google. Facebook, they never called me back, I think, for a meeting, right? After that? No? Not me, huh? No. And I told her, they have my cell phone. Come on.
Okay, but that is not my question. My question is, this entire Rube Goldberg device of a subsidy machine is predicated on the idea that Google and Facebook are going to continue to operate in the Canadian market. Now, maybe this is a big game of chicken. I have certainly expressed to Google and Facebook my belief that if they pull out, they will cut off their noses to spite their faces. I do not think that for them to leave is an economically neutral decision. But that is what they claim that they will do. So I want to understand, I want it clearly on the record, if Facebook and Google cease to share Canadian content, what happens to C-18? Do you then go to TikTok? Do you go to the next platforms down the list? Or do we just say, well, that was an interesting thought experiment, and now we're not going to do that anymore?
No, I think this is not an experiment. This is a very important bill. I think that Facebook are still pretty much everywhere. They're back out of Australia a little bit. They went back, but it's up to them. It's not to me to explain what. It's their decision to make that. I'm not going to comment on hypothesis and then start to speculate because you know what? I'm never going to make any decision on threats. Never. I never did. I never will. Never.
It's not really what I'm asking. Perhaps Mr. Ripley can answer the question. The bill is silent. It does not name platforms. It doesn't have the words Alphabet or Meta, Google, Instagram are not in the bill. The bill refers to online intermediaries. So in the event that Facebook and Google cease to be meaningful online intermediaries in the Canadian space, would the bill then contemplate looking at Bing, TikTok, Amazon, I mean, whoever are the next major players in terms of Canadian advertising and news links?
I'll pass it to Owen after, but we said it clearly in the bill that they have to be in a dominant situation, right? And there will be thresholds, there will be regulations, and in the regulations, actually in the thresholds we're looking at, there's only two. That's Facebook and Google. And the rest are way, way far away, right? Very, very, very far away. But I don't know why we're discussing about the threats and trying to be scared about the threats and also the government has options, Senator. There's other things we can do. And all options are on the table, believe me.
What would they be?
That's what she's asking. What are those options? Yes.
The options, all of the options in terms of advertising, there's different programs. There's all kinds of stuff that we decide not to do anymore. Maybe we decide to increase. But those are options will be explained if we get there. But we're not there.
So options would be things like putting government advertising back in local newspapers.
But we're playing Facebook's game at this moment. We're discussing their threat, and I'm not making decisions based on threats, Senator, with all due respect.